I'm sorry. I just need 1 minute to make sure I look good. Do you think I look good, Mr. Armstrong?
I want to be 30. 30 and flirty and thriving.
Stop the cap.
Mom! Put me back! I wake up every morning, I work, I have bills, I'm too big for the ball pit at Chuck E. Cheese. This sucks!
How old are you?
I just turned 29.
Recently?
Last year.
So you're 29?
Last year.
And how old are you right now?
1 more year older.
So 30.
Yeah.
We go to the dollar store for food, and I would give each kid $2 and say, you can buy whatever you want with your $2. And we'd leave with $10 worth of food from the dollar store because that's what we could afford. So I would apply for food stamps, and one day got in the mail that it was approved, and we got $550 for food. I looked at the kids when they got home from school, and I said, guess what? And they're like, what? I said, I have $550 on the food stamp card. We're going shopping.
I was going to say, we're going shopping at the dollar store tonight.
No, we went to the Giant.
Oh, wow.
I went up, upscale. And I told each kid, they're little, you know, whatever you can carry in your arms, you can throw into the cart. And you should have seen them. They were carrying food, and food was dropping down on the floor, and poor little Kennedy's waddling along with like the food. And she only has like 3 things that she can carry. And Brandon's got tons of stuff, and I don't even care if I spend the whole $550 in this one shopping time because I just wanted them to feel like they could have whatever they wanted because we struggled for so long without it.
This right here is why welfare for single moms is such a joke. You've got a certified 304 blowing that cash on a shopping spree so her kids don't feel poor. When it's her own money, she's got to keep it together, but when it's someone else's, aka the taxpayers, she's living it up like there's no tomorrow. Now, what's the game plan after that? After they eat up all the food? What's left for the rest of the month? Did she even think to budget? Doubt it. And if she didn't want her kids to feel poor, maybe she should have stayed with the man who knocked her up. But hey, I guess that's just too logical these days, right?
Tell me why I get so mad when an ugly man approaches me or tries to hit on me. Like, the audacity, like, stay in your lane. Stay in your lane.
Excuse me, are y'all with the cult?
We're not a cult. We're an organization that promotes love. And
yeah, this is it.
Reason why all of you ladies think that I come off a little strong or I come off a little misogynistic or sexist is because you don't know how to digest a father's love. And I'll tell you the reason why you don't know how to digest a father's love. One mic at a time. One mic at a time.
All right, so let me take the mic.
I'm preaching here. You're going to get this work.
You're done preaching. We're done listening to this crazy opinion preaching right now.
Okay, but you can see your way off the podcast then.
Great, I did.
Okay, you can walk off right now if you don't want to listen to it. Go ahead. Peace. Continue on by. She's out of here. Had to kick another one off. And this is why you need the father's love back in America so the woman won't feel so attacked when they feel this love. It's very simple. It's an order to stuff. God cover man, man cover woman, woman cover children. Because I'm giving nothing but love. I'm telling women to stop being promiscuous. I'm telling you that, hey, baby girl, when you're allowing all these dudes inside your soul gaps, guess what? You actually lowering your own value, not to just the world's eyes, but to your own eyes. You get what I'm saying? It's going to be harder for you to choose a mate. It's going to be harder for you to pair bond and truly feel true, genuine love with someone because you allowed all these other dudes inside you. Because you didn't respect yourself enough to have more sexual temperance and to hold yourself up with more high importance. That's why you're just allowing people to sleep with you. So that's love. Can't be nothing but love.
Am I too old to be here?
What?
Am I too old to be here?
No, of course not.
Does it look weird that I'm here?
No, not at all.
Am I hotter than these little bitches?
Yes. You look amazing.
You guys, oh my God, watch this.
I'm so cute.
The next time a man comes into my life, I'm gonna need a whole ass essay as to why you are here. Excuse me, what do you want? Because the last time I put on skinny jeans, a Q-top, did my hair and makeup, I got my heart broken. So, excuse me, what are you doing here? What do you want? What do you need? Are you here to amplify my life, or are you here to pick me apart and bring me down to your level because I shine so bright makes you feel so insecure with yourself? Because honestly, I'm at the point in my life where I think I'd rather just stay here in bed cozy by my damn self than to have my heart ripped out of my chest smashed into a billion little pieces and then just blown back into my face. Every single time I give one of you a chance, you just prove to me why it's better just to stay right here and not go outside and not do the thing. But then there's that part of me that really wants a partner. I'm tired of sleeping in this king-size bed alone. But I absolutely refuse to give my energy to the wrong person ever again. So in case you're curious as to why we are so cold-hearted, this is why. You make us this way. Humans make humans cold-hearted by ripping our hearts out and just blowing them up into smithereens and then blocking us and being like, figure it out, bitch.
She goes for the player, the guy with endless options, and then acts all shocked when she gets played. It's like being surprised when a fire burns you. What did you expect? Every time I hear these complaints or grievances from women, it's almost laughable how simple the solution is, but they just keep chasing the same type of man. They're aiming for these high-value guys who don't even need to do the bare minimum to get them in bed. Meanwhile, there are plenty of good men out there who treat her right, but that's not fun, right? That's not what she thinks she deserves. She's hooked on the thrill, the chase, and the challenge of trying to pin down the guy who has every reason not to commit. And then, of course, she makes an update video after getting some backlash, probably trying to justify her choices or paint herself as the victim. But let's be real. It's the same story every time. She knows the game she's playing, and she knows the type of men she's choosing. If you keep rolling the dice with players, don't act surprised when you lose.
Dinner time. Frozen meat. There we go. Garlic. Taco seasoning. A little bit of pepper. Half an onion. Cook until the hamburger's brown. Now that it's brown, add let's add a whole thing of beef broth. Who cares? Less water. Some water. Then add just a couple cups of rice. Stir it up. A little more taco seasoning. Bring to a boil and then let simmer until the rice is done. Rice is all cooked. Make sure you stir it up. Gonna take about half a can of this nacho cheese. Pour it in here and stir it up. Maybe the whole can. Haven't decided yet. I did the whole thing. Stir it in. Grab a spoon to taste test. It's real good. Put a big spoonful or two on the plate. Put some extra cheese on top. Some Doritos. And then you can eat it like this, or you can put a little bit of salsa verde on it.
Wow, just look at that. It's the kind of slop you'd find on the floor after a frat party. Honestly, I wouldn't even feed that to my dog. This is what we're dealing with in the West if a woman even bothers to cook. It's usually something straight from a can or blasted in the microwave. Where's the effort? Where's the pride? This isn't a home-cooked meal. It's something you'd expect to see in a college dorm, whipped up by someone who just learned how to use the microwave. And of course, she's a single mum. It's almost like a running joke at this point, bare minimum effort in the kitchen, but somehow they expect applause for just showing up. This right here is why men are checking out. We're tired of the half-baked effort, both literally and figuratively.
I typically don't do this, but this message is for the men. Hi, how are you today? I see you, and I want to apologize to you. So I made a video all about courting and dating and how men are just not showing up the way that I expect them to. However, one of you beautiful humans brought something really vital and important to my awareness. Maybe there was a time in your life that you did show up for the woman that you were interested in, or multiple women. Maybe you put your heart out on the line so many times and got rejected and hurt. This probably makes you feel a little jaded and a little scared to open your heart up again to treat a woman the way that she probably desires to be treated. Maybe now perhaps you need the safety and the reassurance that, yeah, this woman is invested, that this woman is actually interested in you, and this woman will make you feel safe and loved, giving you the opportunity to show up for her. When you have this opportunity, when you feel this, please show up for her. Love her and give her the ooey gooiness. Be intentional. Now, I know I'm not a man, but I know how scary it can be to be in love with someone, to open your heart up again, to possibly be rejected. But who doesn't want ooey gooey, delicious, healthy, vibrant love? I know I do, and I know there's other women and men like you out there that want that. So hopefully we can cultivate that in our next relationship. Thank you so much for bringing this to my awareness and having a new perspective. I am so incredibly grateful for you, and I love you.
It's called becoming a passport bro to find a real woman. And let's clear something up, it's not the rejection that men are afraid of, it's getting used. Honestly, getting rejected would be a time saver. What these modern women have figured out is how to milk relationship benefits by leading men on. They'll date a guy as a placeholder until a better option comes along, or worse, they'll double dip and keep their options open while you're none the wiser. And here's the real reason why she's single besides being a single mum. It's not just about her baggage, it's about the games she plays. Men are done with being used as stepping stones or safety nets. They're not sticking around to be strung along until something better walks through the door. That's why more and more men are opting out of this mess, heading overseas to find women who actually value them for who they are, not just for what they can provide until the next guy comes along.
We get women nowadays to bring their man a plate, rub his feet, just basic things. The attitude of so many women that I see now is they don't want to cater to a man in any, it's almost like it's a dirty word. They don't want to compete for a man. They want him to just pick her because she's so special. But it's too much competition. There's too much out here. What are you doing to outbeat the competition? What are you doing to win over a man? And a lot of women, they don't want to do it. They want to have attitudes, not be in, work on themselves in any kind of way, physically, mentally, spiritually. Just think they just show up. Me being alive, being a woman with a vagina is enough for a man to choose me. Accept me as I am. All the men need to change. All the men need to stop being this way. But us women, we're perfect out the womb. We're perfect. Just because we're born, we're perfect beings. And it's all these men. But But that's good news for me because I'm going to compete. And I'm glad that they've taken themselves out the competition. That's less work for me.
These females are in a race to be flown out by athletes and entertainers. And by compete, I mean who can drop their panties the fastest and suck the soul out of a man while giving him a BJ. It's the simps who cash app them $100 just for a sliver of attention that fuel this delusion they think they don't have to do anything but exist. The biggest curse a female can have in the feminist West is to be pretty and attractive because it stunts her personality 100%. You can't tell her anything, she's too used to getting what she wants just by batting her eyelashes, and if she was raised by a single mum, it's even worse. She's learned from an early age to use her looks to get resources from men, basically turning herself into a modern-day prostitute. It's a twisted cycle, and it all boils down to a society that worships superficial beauty while neglecting real substance.
Pretty sure I just unlocked a new ick for me. When a man finds your hyper independence super attractive. Yeah, I can be independent. Yes, I do it all on my own as a single mom. But like the fact that you find that hot and attractive is like a huge ick for me. Because I want to be soft. I want you to come in and be like, yeah, that's great that you can do it all on your own. But hey, baby, I'm here and you don't need to do all of it on your own anymore. I want a man to fucking show up so I can be soft, so I can sit in my feminine energy. I want to feel safe and I want to feel taken care of. I want you to take some things off my plate and just take care of it. I also don't want to be your mom. I don't want to take care of you also. And when you think that's so attractive that I can do all of the things all on my own, all I think about is like, great, now you expect me to also cook and clean for you. Now I'm good. Sometimes I really think that I'm just going to be single forever. And you know what? I'm okay with that because I want a partner, not a project.
There's a reason why her ex-husband cheated on her. She's all about getting a free ride. She expects a man to take care of her while giving nothing of real value in return. And let's not forget, she's a single mum, over 30, already spotting some grey hairs, yet she's out here demanding Virgin 10 trophy wife benefits. As Kevin Samuels used to say, you can't make this __ up. This is the real her, what you see now. All those other videos? That's just her on her best behavior, playing the beatnik or hippie card to rack up followers and likes. But the truth always slips out eventually. And now it's crystal clear why things went south in her marriage. She wasn't interested in building something real, she just wanted to cash in on the relationship without putting in the work.
When a relationship ends between two people, you part ways. And that also means that you are both going to be at different levels in your processing of the grief, of the death of what once was, and all of that. And even months or years later, there can be certain triggers that pop up and you're like, whoa, I thought I dealt with that shit. Do not go back into the story that you want them or miss them or can't make it without that other person. Oftentimes what those triggers are trying to show you is that there's something unresolved within you that you need to address. For me, watching my ex thrive, it's a beautiful thing. It's really triggering for me because I walked away with literally having to start over after 12 years of starting over, of wondering if I'm going to be able to keep a roof over my head with my boys and not being able to just go out and play in our backyard like we used to.
Okay, so all this video tells me is that you were the problem. You were the one holding him back from whatever it was that he was trying to accomplish or do. Now that you're saying that he's thriving after the fact, there was something there that continued to hold that man back from thriving and being successful. And this is what's crazy about a lot of these women that are filing for divorce, is they're not thinking through the aftermath of what's going to come, what's going to happen. You can't expect to continue to be a stay-at-home mom, to live a great lifestyle, whatever it was that you were able to have as a married woman with a husband doing whatever he was doing. That lifestyle will not continue. Even if you do get half of his money, you're still missing that other half. So whatever it is that you are now missing, whatever it is that you think that, it's a pity party because now that you walked away from the marriage, you don't know how you're going to keep a roof over your head. Well, then maybe it's time to rethink what the heck you could have done differently. I'm sorry, but there's so many videos out here now that it honestly seems to me that a lot of these women are regretting their decisions. Do not go and get a divorce just because of a feeling that you have. Because a lot of feelings are just temporary. It doesn't make any sense to destroy the life that you built with your husband just because of a temporary feeling. And now you're on TikTok crying, talking about you don't know how you're going to afford to keep the roof over your head. Does that make sense? Like, come on now. This is just crazy.
Exactly. The best revenge a man can have is to thrive and do better in life. It's the ultimate proof that he never needed her in the first place, and in fact she was the very thing holding him back. Modern women, especially those who initiate divorce, need to grasp this reality. They've got one shot in life, and after a certain age, they're yesterday's news post wall, old and irrelevant. Meanwhile, a well-seasoned, successful man? He's got 2 to 4 shots at life. He can start multiple families with young, hot women if he wants to. Sure, he might take a hit after a divorce wounds and maybe half his assets gone, but he's still in the game. He can bounce back and find someone younger, hotter, and ready to build a better life with him. And let's be real, this post-war woman only regrets her decision now because she's facing the consequences. If she'd hit the jackpot, won the lottery, she wouldn't have looked back or cared about him at all. Her regret is tied to the reality check she's finally getting, not some deep, meaningful connection she suddenly realized she lost. As always, I wish you tremendous success. Now it's your turn. What do you think? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. If you found value in this video, hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the notification bell so you never miss an update. Leave a comment and share this with others. See you in the next video. Until then, take care.